In the still night over Crimea, something impossible begins to unfold. No explosions yet, just silence. Then, a whisper in the wind, a hum so faint radar can't see it, but death is already inbound. This isn't a traditional airstrike. This is a ghost, invisible, unpredictable, unstoppable. And tonight, that ghost would blind one of Russia's largest radar installations on Mount Ai-Petri, changing the balance of electronic warfare forever. Mount Ai-Petri, Crimea. Standing 1,200 meters above sea level, this mountain isn't just a landmark, it's a fortress of Russian surveillance. For years, the radar domes perched here have scanned the skies from the Black Sea to southern Ukraine. It's Russia's Eye of the South. Inside those domes, massive radar dishes, each one capable of detecting stealth aircraft, guiding interceptors, and tracking missile launches across continents. But on a cold October night, that all changed. Because while these radars stared at the sky for jets and cruise missiles, they never expected what came crawling just above the treetops. Small, cheap, and deadly quiet. At 2:14 a.m., Ukrainian command gives the green light. A swarm of modified FPV drones, equipped with AI navigation and low-visibility signatures, lift off from secret positions along the coast. They're coordinated by encrypted Starlink relays, using algorithms to evade electronic jamming. Their target? The nerve center of Russia's radar defense. As they approach the radar perimeter, Russian Pantsir-S1 systems spring to life. Missiles lock on, 30mm cannons roar into the night, tracer fire tearing through the darkness. But the drones don't die. They weave, they spin. They dance between the radar signals, slipping through blind zones, moving like shadows through walls of flame. Every second, the radar tries to track them, but it's like chasing flies in a storm. From a nearby airfield, a Russian Su-30 pilot scrambles. His orders? Intercept and destroy. But there's a problem. His radar sees nothing. The drones are too small, too low, and too slow. His missiles, designed to hunt fighter jets, can't even lock on to these buzzing ghosts. Over the Black Sea, he dives to visual range. And still, nothing. No targets, no pings, only confusion. Below him, the real fight is happening where he can't reach, in the valleys and fog, as drones slice through the electronic fortress, one by one, targeting the radar domes. And on the Russian command screen, chaos. Targets disappear, data goes black, the Eye of Crimea goes blind. But here's the real twist. The drones weren't flying solo. Hidden just offshore, small unmanned boats, acting as relay hubs, were launching wave after wave of reinforcements. Each boat carried racks of mini-drones, recharging and relaying signals from the coastline to the mountain. By the time Russia detected the pattern, it was too late. Dozens of drones had already breached the airspace, circling their prey like vultures. Then, the first strike lands, a pinpoint explosion. One radar dome collapses inward, smoke rising through the night. Within minutes, two more are hit. And just like that, the surveillance web over southern Ukraine is shredded. Inside the command bunker, alarms wail. Officers scramble to remount data to backup systems. But here's the terrifying truth of modern warfare. When one node dies, the whole network collapses. Russia's radar grid starts to blink offline, one station after another. Systems built for the Cold War crumble under 21st century technology that costs less than a family car. A cascade failure. Within 12 minutes, the entire Ai-Petri defense complex goes dark. For the first time in years, the southern skies of Crimea are open, and Ukraine is watching. This isn't about one mountain. It's about the future, where low-cost drones outthink billion-dollar defenses, where software beats steel, and where a ghost, a machine guided by code and courage, can change the course of a war without ever showing its face. Because this isn't the war of tanks and trenches anymore. It's the war of algorithms, AI, and unseen hands. Welcome to the age of invisible power, where the ghosts of the machine decide who rules the sky. If you found this operation fascinating, subscribe for more deep cinematic breakdowns of modern military warfare.
October 15th, 2025. The night Russia believed it was untouchable. But Ukraine was waiting. Waiting for the moment Putin gathered his entire southern arsenal so they could erase it. What followed wasn't a battle. It was an execution of precision, patience, and pure intelligence. It began with a single FPV drone, launched into the night, programmed to die first. At 1:47 a.m., the drone broke radar silence over Kuban's swamp. Seconds later, a Russian S-400 battery locked on and fired a $2 million missile at a $500 decoy. That was the signal. The moment Ukraine's elite HUR strike team, 12 men, moved through the fog and reeds of Kuban, they advanced. No heavy armor, no radio chatter, just 12 soldiers and machines tethered by unjammable fiber cables. Each FPV drone feeding live visuals, each movement predicted by Night Owl AI. The system read radar sweeps in real time. It knew when the enemy blinked. By 0:10 a.m., 5 FPV drones were in the air, but Russian radars detected 1,000. The decoy cables faked radar echoes, creating the illusion of a swarm. Panic erupted in Russian command posts. Spetsnaz units were redeployed. Air defenses unleashed volley after volley, firing into nothing. The swamp swallowed their echo. Ukraine's team slipped in unnoticed. At 04:26 a.m., one word crackled through encrypted comms. Firefly. Javelins locked on. A breath, then impact. The Pantsir-S1 arsenal, housing 2,000 tons of ammunition, ignited like a rising sun. The explosion was so vast, satellites mistook it for a missile strike. In truth, it was 12 men and $1 million in tech, erasing what took Russia a year to build. When the smoke cleared, the Pantsir-S1 depot was gone. Operation codename Echo Silence. Russia lost its reserve Iskander missiles. 19,000 drones destroyed before launch. The result, Putin's grand offensive, delayed by half a year. And the myth of Russian invincibility shattered. In modern warfare, it's not steel that wins, it's intelligence. Ukraine didn't just survive that night, it outthought its enemy. 12 soldiers, $1 million in tech versus $1 billion arsenal, and intelligence won.